A research is a process of systematic search for verifiable truth about a problem phenomenon. Hence, this systematic search requires developing a systematically organized approach, which is called the research protocol. The research protocol of a public health research paper includes the introduction, the literature review, the methodology, the results, and finally the discussion, conclusion, and recommendation. In Chapter 2, we have the literature review. The literature review needs to be reorganized to adequately articulate the important themes of the problem phenomenon. Under the literature review, we have the introduction and background issue related to the emergence of the problem of the study. To develop these, use the narrative of the background to the study and problem statement to begin this review. This should be summarized in not more than 200 words. In a public health research paper, the literature review should include an epidemiological review. To develop this, scope the magnitude of the problem phenomenon with its outcome and identify the at-risk population systematically within the global region, defining the phenomenon as a global problem. The literature review should also include a theoretical review. The theoretical review is the contextualization of the problem phenomenon within the behavioral models that identify the important antecedents and would structure possible elucidation of the dynamics of the problem phenomenon. This section provides the science of the study and links directly with the epidemiological outcomes, providing explanation of the likely basis of the problem phenomenon. The next review under the literature review is the conceptual review. This section contextualizes the problem phenomenon within the public health domain of the level of prevention, facilitating identification of the diagnosis of the level of prevention of the problem, similarly as in the theoretical review. The last review under the literature review is the empirical review. This section should provide sound empirical evidences for the epidemiological, theoretical, and conceptual narratives. Secondly, facilitating the confirmation of the areas that gap exist, requiring attention in the study. As scoping review, it would apply systematic review method with critical appraisal of the empirical studies, from observational studies, experimental studies, interventional studies, and reviews to make its point in support of the gaps identified. And finally, under the literature review, you can include a conceptual framework that is related to the subject and theme of the study. An example of a conceptual framework is the ABC conceptual framework, where A stands for antecedents, B stands for behavior, and C stands for consequences or outcome.